Irrelevant.
Heatwave alert. It is bloody boiling, especially in this match. So let's just get this over with. Tonight's episode of Smackdown, it wasn't very good. The night kicked off with a Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt was out, in his Funhouse. He's replaced all the pictures with Braun Strowman and said that, if you really cared about Alexa, the Fiend's you'll see what the Fiend will do to you. Usual Bray Wyatt stuff. Then later on in the night, we got the Fiend and Alexa Bliss in the ring. The Fiend we got his proper entrance and everything, then it cut to commercial break, then cut back and Alexa was in the ring. That wasn't explained. Then the Fiend went to Mandible Claw Alexa again. She stopped him and caressed his face. And then the Fiend kind of snapped out of it, got up, Braun was on the screen, and his face was so close to the camera, it was like this, a bit uncomfortable, and just started screaming at Bray, saying that the monster's going to destroy you at SummerSlam. So we know we're getting that match, but the Fiend and Alexa, strange. I hope they don't make the Fiend into a comedy character and make him fall in love with Alexa. That would be awful. Please do not do that. But anyway, Matt Riddle battling who I thought it was going to be Shorty G. They were firing it up, saying it's going to be a great match, hard-hitting match, but it was actually Sheamus. I don't understand why. From a storyline standpoint, it makes no sense why Matt Riddle and Sheamus were fighting, but the match was pretty decent and it ended in disqualification. That's one on the disqualification counter. Let's move on. Oh, the disqualification was caused by Shorty G, by the way, who absolutely got pummeled by Matt Riddle and Sheamus after he caused a DQ. Next up was Cesaro versus Lince Dorado, because, they're feuding over the tag team titles. It's a great back and forth match, to be honest. Lince and Cesaro are both incredible competitors. I thought Lince was going to get the roll-up win because, Cesaro never wins, but no, Cesaro hit a gosh neutralizer, a decisive, clean victory for the Swiss Superman. Next up was Jeff Hardy versus King Corbin, and pretty boring match. We've seen it before, nothing crazy to write home about. And the match ended in disqualification where Sheamus came down and broke it up. So that's 2 on the disqualification counter. Great, fantastic. That caused Sheamus and King Corbin to start arguing and then have a match when he can't cut back from the commercial break. And Sheamus beat King Corbin when Matt Riddle came out for the distraction finish. So I thought it was going to be another DQ because Matt Riddle springboard into the ring, missed King Corbin, and he turned around into a bro kick. So Sheamus won that match. Then after the dirt sheet earlier on in the night, which I don't even want to talk about, because Miz and Morrison sat down to host the dirt sheet and they decided to interview Mandy's hair.
You serious?
Yes, you heard me right. Mandy Rose's hair that got cut off. It was a wig with googly eyes on it, and Miz and Morrison were pretending to be the hair. It was really cringe. I don't know why. Vince probably finds it hilarious, but it was so cringe. I don't know why they keep doing stuff like this. It wasn't funny. To be honest, the point at the start where Mandy's hair music hit and it went, Mandy's hair. That was good. I like that, but the rest of it was absolutely awful. Please, 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 never do this again. Then Sonya Deville came out, cut on a badass promo, saved the entire segment. I hope she wins their match at SummerSlam that they're probably going to have hair versus hair. I hope, I pray to God she wins. But then, anyway, that segued in later on in the night to Heavy Machinery versus Miz and Morrison, and the match ended in another disqualification, but another disqualification up on the counter when Mandy Rose came down and attacked Sonya Deville when she wasn't even in the match. She was just accompanying Miz and Morrison at ringside. So I don't understand why the match ended in DQ, but there we go. Then at the end of the show, Retribution come out and they start with crowbars, baseball bats. They start swearing and tearing up the place. They run into the ring. They look at Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and chase after him. Start hitting them with pipes and crowbars, and Corey just ducks and gets out of there. It was pretty funny to see. Then they go into the crowd, beat up the socially distanced crowd members that are supposed to be wearing masks to protect everybody, but they beat up the socially distanced crowd members, get out spray cans, they spray the plexiglass and the steel steps and the canvas, they get out a chainsaw, and they cut the ropes, and all this, they're swearing, they're screaming, the swears are getting bleeped out though, because, PG. But, yeah, a lot of people are hating on this Retribution group online, I've seen, but I don't really mind it, to be honest. So it's not really making me intrigued, making me want to watch the show more, but A lot of people say they're too short. I don't really care about their height. I don't think that really bothers me too much. Just really Vince McMahon like the thinking there, but I don't know. They're not really intriguing me. I don't want to tune in next week to see what happens with the Retribution, but will they be a SmackDown exclusive faction? Will they be on Raw and SmackDown? Will they do whatever they want? Who knows? I don't really care. What would I give this show? I give it 3 out of 10. I really didn't enjoy this show. It was boring. It didn't capitalize any of the hype of last week. I don't want to tune in next week, but I'm going to because I watch WWE, so you... But I'm going to anyway because I watch WWE, so you don't have to. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.